Maybe I should post them. We're live.
We are live.
All right. What's up, brothers?
Apparently.
Kia ora, kia ora.
Yeah, we'll just.
There we go. We are.
Everybody
we are
who's already here. Yeah, we're just gonna wait a couple minutes. Let this stream possibly fill up a little bit.
We are live.
Share it around. Share it to your UK friends. Let us get the people from the UK in the chat into the stream. I'm gonna tell everybody on Instagram we're live. I'm sure my brothers can share it around.
I should probably do the same.
Yeah. Otherwise, we're not going to have anybody to say anything to.
No, we will. So, I want to show of hands of who is in the chat right now. You know how it is. Support the stream, support the dream. If you want to hear more information, we'll be with you in just a second. These guys have got some exciting concepts and ideas and vibes and things to discuss and see. So we'll get straight into that in a moment. Let's make some social posts, get some people in, and then we're good to go. This is the behind the scenes of a beatbox influencer.
Why you always lying?
Who played that?
Bloody beautiful, mate. All right, how we looking, guys?
We are good.
On track. Just sharing this post again. Say we are live.
Yo, gang, we are live right now. Come through.
Yeah, what's up, Magma? Hey, Maloney, how you doing?
Hey, we've got Maloney in the chat.
Yo,
Come on, boy.
Beauty.
Maloney's a UK Donny.
Yo.
Nice one. Should probably have the link to the stream in here too, so people can just click that. Yeah, bear with us, guys. Just making some posts. What's up,
We're good.
everybody?
Base, you want to talk about some of the stuff that you've been up to while we wait for some people to come in? Maybe give them some heads up on what you've been doing overseas. You've just got off the boat. You've got some new things coming up.
Oh, I tell you, brother, it has been a journey, chat. It has been wild. Been to 40 countries within the last 8 months. 40 countries touched down. Been here, there, and everywhere, all around Europe. North America, South America, the Caribbean, some Slavic countries, various other places. It has been wild. But I am back now, off the tour in Ting. And now it's all about getting the jewelry business back on lock, the clothing back on lock. You guys have probably seen a lot of the caps and bits around the community over the years. And yeah, oh, man, we've got the stream coming back. That's the most exciting one for me right now. But yeah, more excited to see what you guys have been up to. And, you know, I've been away for a while. I've not seen a lot of you. For example, Suffix, Mix Effects, some of the G's, Maloney that I'm seeing in the chat right now. If you are an avid beatboxer and or beatbox enthusiast, come and tell us a little bit about, one, yourselves, and two, how do you make money? That's something that we've been kind of throwing around between ourselves. Something we want to highlight during this project, and we'll explain what that is, you know, more in detail as we go through. But how do you guys make a living, or how would you guys like to make a living? If you want to put some of those parts in the chat. We're currently sitting at 73 viewers. If you guys can share, support the dream, support the stream, same thing. Did it in reverse and what? Yeah, so pop through and yeah, tell your friends to come in, especially if they're one of the UK guys, or if they're from Ireland or any of those other places. Yeah, just pop in, say hello. Got some interesting stuff to tell you. I'm mainly here as just a bit of a spokesperson. These guys are doing all the hard work. But yeah, this is where the fun is at. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be dope.
Bloody beautiful. So, Steve, what have you been up to lately, brother? It's been a while since we've had a chat.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah, been real busy working. Been busy starting some communications through this European tour so we can get these guys up on and part of our vision we have here, make their visions come true also. So been lots of, well, we've got the Oceania Beatbox as well. That's coming to fruition. So if you guys watching, you'll see that coming up soon. I see we've got EJ in the chat, New Zealand brother, Irvin J. But yeah, we got the Oceania champs coming through. We've been editing, getting some highlights out. So you'll see that shortly on Swissbeatbox. So that's been taking up a lot of my time, and because when you're working full time, then you got to do all these other things. So that's pretty much what's happening. Just making the dream come true in my downtime, and making that money, so eventually we can just be beatboxing as a for a
Full-time thing.
living.
Well,
And
you forgot the
to
most
add on
important
what
one. You forgot the most important one. You and Rena doing live shows now.
Yes, true, too. Me and my girlfriend, Rena, we've made a little tag team, Krenzu. If you want to check that out on Instagram, go CRENZU, Beatbox on Instagram right now. Can't say all profiles, all platforms yet. So we're doing that. We
Soon
just bought a
come.
busking amp. Yeah, we might be doing some busking today, tomorrow. We're going to be out in the city of Helsinki. So if there's anyone from Helsinki here, come out and have a jam with us on the mic. But
I'm
yeah, that's
gonna
been
I'm
me.
gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. You know, I visited Kruxu. When was it? When did we link in Helsinki? It was probably about
Like
what, 5 months
September
ago.
last year. Yeah, something
About
like
five
that.
months ago. Yeah. We linked up 5 months ago. It was September the 8th. It was my birthday. Can't believe I
Yeah,
forgot
that's
my
right.
own birthday. Look at that. And we linked up in Helsinki. The city is beautiful. If you guys are around or want to travel, definitely go over there, man. It's so nice over there. I mean, I did get there and had so many, open arms and people welcoming us in. But it was a real nice little getaway, man. It was beautiful. So I can see we've got a lot of UK. We got Cameron, Don. Come on, Donny. We got Suffix. Where's everybody from right now? London, said
I've seen
Maloney.
someone's tuned in saying they're from Vietnam. It's probably one of the kind friends I've met on my tour over the
Oh, is
last
it?
couple of weeks.
Yeah, tell us
I'm
a
in
little bit
Vietnam,
about
going up and
yourself,
down.
Alex. What have you been up
Mm,
to, my brother?
come on now.
Mate, I've just been living the absolute dream here in Southeast Asia. Flew into Vietnam about 2.5 weeks ago, rented out a motorcycle, and have been traveling up and down the country, meeting all sorts of amazing people, staying at all sorts of amazing places, and seeing all sorts of amazing things. But it's been amazing. You know, like I've quit my job, cruising around the country on bikes, and I couldn't ask for anything else. It's so good. If none of you are out there, any of you are out there that haven't traveled, I really strongly suggest you get out there. You meet so many cool people, you do so many cool things, and the amount of experiences that you have along the way, it's like the same amount you'd have in a year at home. You'll do it in one day when you're away. It's crazy. I really strongly suggest that. And we'll be sharing these experiences as well. Like when we go through Europe, when we go through UK, we go through Ireland. You know, when we're going through these places, you'll get to share that experience with us. You'll get to see our experiences as we go through. And you know, this is all novel to us. I've never been to Europe before, so it's going to be something that we can kind of join in together. That we wanted that from the start.
Oh,
It's
wow.
like we want you to come on this journey with us.
Dope.
Yeah, so maybe I think we can just start getting into this now. A good segue into that is we got the brother James Carpenter in the chat. He's going to be one of the people we're going to be seeing in Birmingham. He's helping put together the Vision Beatbox Battle, which is going to be held in Birmingham on, I think, not set in stone
Ah,
yet, but the 22nd of July. So we're going to be there,
dope.
and we're going to make that work. We're going to be there doing some things. We're going to be filming behind the scenes. We're going to be doing some little interviews. We'll do some shout outs for the people that can't meet us. Maybe we're going to be in your location, but maybe you can't make it on that day. But if you can make it to the Vision Beatbox Battle down in Birmingham on the 22nd, more information come. Follow. Maybe we can get it in the chat, get James to chuck something in the chat. We'll get a link to the information, maybe the Instagram page for the Vision Beatbox Battles, and you can try and even come down to that, or and
Yeah.
we got 22nd of July, and also
Yeah.
we got UK beatbox in the chat, which is exactly why we're here today. We're going to talk about the
Hmm.
UK beatbox scene, and we've made a brief little plan about what we're going to do for our our time in the UK. We're approximately going to be there from the 10th of July until the 31st of July, maybe a little bit earlier. We will leave to go to the World Champs, but that's something we will talk about in the future. Today we're just focusing on the UK and Ireland. So yeah, big up for all the UK people in the chat, and we've got a list here. But before we kick off and start going through this list, do you have anything to say, my brothers, Lewis, Alex?
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, one thing that Alex forgot to mention was he's actually uploaded a dope cover of, was it Leftovers? You should
Leftovers,
definitely,
yeah, cover from Dennis Lloyd.
Definitely check that out. I've been bumping that on repeat the last couple of weeks. It's so catchy and his voice is mad. So if you want to see a beatboxer going in other directions, check it out for real. Trust me. Yeah, I wanted to add as well, because you mentioned about the Vision Beatbox Battle, which is going to be the 22nd of July. There is also going to be the Manchester battles happening on the 7th of July as well. Unsure whether we'll be there. Potentially though, we're going to work that out as it is. But just bear in mind, and this is just food for thought. You know, a lot of the places that we talk about. You know, if you can go, just be prepared to, you know, see us there or see one of the guys there. And what you can do essentially is go over and be like, yo, I've got this new beat. I want to record a shout out, or I want to tell you my story, or just like, you know, converse with these guys. They're your friends at the end of the day, and they're here to showcase you. And if there's any kind of projects that you want, then there can be a trade-off of like, okay, well, let's work together and get some pieces done and stuff, which I think is going to be the most integral and fun part of this. Alex, do you want to tell them a little bit more about like kind of the vlog style side of things?
Yeah, so we're going to be pretty much having a camera tracking us throughout our whole trip. So whether we're at beatbox battles or whether we're just traveling from one city to another, seeing some historical spots. So we're always going to have a camera on hand documenting the series. We're going to condense that down into like weekly vlog style pieces of content. And just touching base on what you said before, having cameras at these shows, don't be shy. You know, come say hello. If you don't want to be in the videos as well, just let us know and we'll make sure that we don't put you in. And then if you do have a beat and you want to do it on the spot, we can film it and then we can send it to you for you to own, if that's something that you want to do as well. Like, we're really open of giving you the content, you the licensing rights, all yours. You know, we'll give you that hard file, put it on your own pages. So really make use of the time that you have with us. You know, we're trying to provide that service to you. We want everyone to grow. Lewis was at the start talking about how do you make money? Like, where do you want to go with beatboxing? So we really want to find any way that we can to promote you, help you. And yeah, besides that, we'll also be doing podcasts. I think we've mentioned this. You might have seen that in the announcement video. So community organizers, someone that's got a story to tell. These are the people that we really want to speak to, you know, people that we can kind of dig a little bit deeper, get an understanding of the way you think. And, you know, I'm sure you guys have got something to say.
Yeah, it's a brilliant point. And, you know, this is one of the most integral and important parts of all of this, this project itself. I mean, alongside the podcast being a way of, you know, projecting your personality and so on and telling your story. Because, I mean, as beatboxers, we're making a lot of sound, but we're not really saying a lot of the time. So it's always good to get that kind of that kind of back door into your life and see exactly, you know, what's going on. And, you know, you might think I don't have a story, but you probably do. You know, it could be, you know, what changed in your life when you started beatboxing. It can be very small sections and clips, but the most important thing is also, you know, being part of the content. And also, you know, it's then being able to have professionally produced videos for yourself. So Alex, I don't know if people know or not, but you have a background in production. You've very well versed in all of these things. So it's like having the perfect person on your side when it comes to these kind of things, which I think is definitely something to take advantage of whilst it's there.
Yeah, totally. So we'll be coming to sites with multiple high quality cameras, gimbal frames, proper microphones, and we're doing it start to finish. So we can record it, edit it, color grade it, and then send you that final product as one package for you to do as you please with, whether you put that on your Instagram, whether you put that on your YouTube, or you want to start a YouTube, we want to do 2 videos. Like, we're really willing to work with you, and this comes back to just getting in contact with me now. Follow me on Instagram, hit me up and say, look, I've been working on this, and then we can work on, maybe you want to do pre-recorded beats so you can do something more creative with the video. So really just part of that is approaching me, finding out, you know, where I'm going to be, where we're going to be, where you're going to be, how we can link up and make this stuff work. You know, Steve's also going to be there. He's communicating a lot already. I think he's gone through some of the forms that we've been inundated with forms. I think Steve can kind of elaborate on this a bit more. People have actually reached out via the form that we've put in the description of that video.
Yeah, I can talk a little bit about that. So we've had many people enter the form that you can probably find in the description right now. If you go down to the description, this may be the first time you're seeing this idea, maybe you haven't seen it yet, and you're interested to know more about it, and maybe you're in somewhere in Europe. There's another thing to add too. We've got a lot of people adding their application in this form, and a lot of them are from outside of Europe. So to the people that are entering the form outside of Europe, we're now focusing on each location. So we started to message the people that are in the UK as we start to solidify the timeline that we will have coming through the UK, which we will talk about very soon. So stay tuned for that. And I've just started the comms with all these people that have entered from the UK, but we've only got about maybe 20 people of the 200 that have added their application on this form. So if you're from the UK and you want to meet up with us, you want to make some things happen, you want to film a video, maybe you're not so much of a pro beatboxer, but you have a passion for this, and you love to, maybe you also love to make videos for people. Maybe you love to get out there and just do some beatboxing at an open mic. Maybe you just beatbox with your friends. We want to hear why you're beatboxing, and we can this can be, you can, if you're really passionate, we want to share your passion with the rest of the world. So if you want to have a little mini interview, or maybe a longer form interview, if you say you're a community organizer or you have a lot going on yourself. So yeah, shout out to everyone that's entering in the form. Link in the description, I assume. Chuck your details in there, and we will be in touch with you as we are creating this plan. So yeah, there's to all the people that have entered outside. We've got a lot of people from India, even Oceania. We've got some people from New Zealand jumping in this, and some people from America. So sorry to not have responded to you yet, but there's a lot to filter through there and lots of people to talk to. So bear with us on that, please, and thank you. But yeah, I think maybe, brothers, we can crack on into our approximate timeline now, since we've been in here for about plus 10 minutes now. So we can just kick on into this, and then this is only going to take us.
Before you start, I
bro.
I just wanted to say to everyone in the chat, BV's got something very cool he's going to announce, very special and exciting, after Steve runs through some of the dates, and it involves some of your most favorite global beatboxers as well. So stay tuned as we run through these lists, and there's a pretty cool announcement that BV's got near the end of this to do with this trip as well, and UK. So sorry, Steve, for cutting you off, my brother. Carry on.
No, you're good, brother. So also, too, this is new from last time. We had Paponi in the chat to introduce this idea with Alex and myself. But this time we have BV in the chat. We've got BV in the live stream. And that is because of what I was just previously explaining. BV has some passion that he wants to help the community grow. He wants everybody to help get themselves out there as well, and show new ideas and try to teach people how things are going on. So BV has been someone who's reached out to us, and we've talked and we've had many conversations about possibilities, what we can do through this trip. And we want that from everyone and anyone. We want you to share that passion with us prior to coming to your country. Don't wait for us to come to your country. Message us now. Any of us. We all have a similar idea and similar vision that we want to help the beatbox grow more. So there's more to beatbox than actually beatboxing. It might sound a bit strange, but there's a whole lot more that goes on in all of our heads to make these things happen. Like, we would never have made this idea come to fruition had we not been doing something other than beatboxing. We saw that beatboxing gave us the opportunity to do something that was also to do with beatboxing, but it involved a lot of other things. So that's something we want to do throughout this trip too, is help bring to light. We're talking about money before, how to make money as a beatboxer. What can you do to change your own life with something that you think is maybe just a little fun hobby? And so this is
something that I wanted to touch on as well. You know, I mean, obviously we're going to be kind of bouncing around, and we'll talk more about kind of what we are trying to achieve and what are possibilities and what's going to happen for definite once we go through these dates. But definitely, like, if we are at events and stuff, if you have production questions, because a lot of us as beatboxers, I mean, I know I'm the same. I'll be asking Alex all kinds of production questions. I don't have a clue. But then at the same time, if we're at these events, if you want to learn more about the business or how to market yourself, or how to, how to get into like branding and various other things, just let me know when we're there and throw some ideas at me, and You know, we can go from there. Same with Steve. If you want to learn more about event organization and all the other stuff, it's all that knowledge is there for you to tap into, essentially. And it's like Steve said, you know, it's not just myself, it's not just Steve, it's not just Alex, it's yourself as well. If you've got anything that you want to offer, definitely come through. So let's get into these dates and see, kind of give a rough window of where we're going to be, what we're going to be looking at. And yeah, if you guys can meet us there, let's do it, baby.
Yeah, okay. So let's crack into it. And also, just another announcement before we begin is just share this to your UK friends. Even if they're not watching it now, they can watch it later. It should be still on Swissbeatbox later on. So share this to your UK friends, and if not, even just mention to them about a Europe tour coming to the UK, and get them to message one of us. Share this around to the people you know that are from the UK, if maybe they would be interested to join on this. So, for the people who don't know, we will begin with this is only going to take me like a minute or so. We'll go through it, and then I'll give my bro Alex a chance to elaborate, and then we'll get into a little bit of the section where we will be seeing BV. Maybe there'll be multiple times in the UK where we're going to be meeting up with BV, so we'll elaborate a bit more on that, and then we'll just bounce around through the places and things that we're going to be doing, and then that's pretty much. That will be us for today. We'll just keep it going as long as there's still some people in here. So this trip is looking to begin somewhere around the 10th of July. I think Alex will be in the UK a little bit earlier than that, possibly can go to the Manchester Battles on the 7th of July. But I will not be in the Manchester Battles. I will be arriving on the 10th of July. And I will be arriving in Scotland. In Scotland, looking most likely to the people I've talked to in Scotland, it's looking like Glasgow is going to be the spot to be. There's got the most people in Scotland coming to Glasgow. So if you're from Scotland, you don't have connection with the Scottish beatbox community, hit them up, or hit us up, and we can put you in contact with them. So we're going to be beginning approximately the 10th of July in Glasgow. We've got the likes of Al, Big Taj, some Scottish legends, and we've got Sam Harvey, who's also helping set up the Vision Beatbox Battle, which we will get to in a moment. Then we're looking to possibly stay most places, because this is going to be a fast-paced trip. We're only going to have about 2 days in each location, so that's going to be something to take note of as well, because maybe you won't be free on the day that we are there, but maybe you can catch us somewhere else, not so far away from your hometown. So 13th of July, we're thinking about possibly going to Edinburgh and Glasgow as well. And this is another thing about this timeline. It's not absolutely set in stone, and it does really depend on the people that we're having conversations with on Instagram, on email. So if this doesn't fit your schedule, hit us up straight away, and we can see if we can make it work to come and see you as well. Okay, enough chit-chatting. Then we're gonna go from Glasgow to Edinburgh, and then from Edinburgh we have to go to Edinburgh anyway from Glasgow, as it's just the route to get down the UK. And we're going to go to Manchester/Liverpool, and this is where we're going to see our friend BV. We've got Motormouth and Renegade as well. And
there'll be a few people, I imagine, and there'll be a ton of people that I'll probably come down during that period. The idea for around that section, sorry, let me interject.
No good. Brother.
So the idea around that section will essentially be, representing the north of England, coming up to those areas. I know a lot of people are at uni up these ways and stuff. The boys will be staying with me, more than happy to kind of organize some form of meetup or something like that. I can definitely have a look at, some venues, and even if it's just a case of we just pull up and train in there on mic and speaker or whatever, it could just be a lot of fun. We've got a little bit extra time during that time, because it's a lot easier for the lads to kind of, decompress, get as much content as possible. The main thing that I think is important surrounding all of this as well, which we haven't really touched on, is the vlog style element. So when these guys come to me, they're going to be recording what I do, how I do business, bits and bobs, and stuff like gardening, man. Like, it's gonna be everything. It's gonna be lifestyle. It's gonna be tons of things. So it's gonna be fun. And we want to get other people involved in that. So if we're going out into Liverpool, or someone works here, or someone's got a show there, let us know as soon as. Like Steve said, you can hit any of us up. I'm gonna actually have a command on my stream on Twitch, and you can literally just exclamation point UK, and it will tell you all the dates once they're all set in stone, the information, where and what we've planned, and then you can just come over to the stream, exclamation point, bow. UK done, and then you'll see all the information and it will all be there. So that's just one other place we will post about it as well. So Suffolk said Pirate Studios in Manchester. I don't know whether Pirate Studios would be a good idea just because of the systems in there, they're quite small PAs and it would be very crammed. But I do think if we're going to have any sizable meetup, then I'll have a look at proper venues that we can go in. Like I say, if there's a crowd, there's a crowd. If there's not a crowd, don't really matter. We're all there for good vibes, B-roll, and fun, you know? So, yeah, we'll go from there. So, we'll touch on the next bit when we get there. To the date, anyway.
Yeah, so just to elaborate upon that point, we're looking to do some content creation with BV that will be sort of like just a day in the life in BV. What does BV do? How does he work his schedule? What does
I don't think you guys want to know.
What is he up to? Well, I think a lot of people in the stream do. A lot of people watching on Swissbeatbox will be very interested to see what you do, regardless of whether you think it's interesting or not. This will inspire other people to possibly make some moves that you've made, like maybe trying to get in contact with some more corporate gigs to be paid regularly to go on a boat like BV's gone on. There's multiple other beatboxers around the world. I'm not sure of all of them, but I know for a fact Gail and Ripe from Australia are both also on a boat beatboxing, getting paid to do it for a living. So if you want to know a little bit more about that, we're going to be sitting down, having maybe a little interview style with BV. It's getting a little bit more into the secrets behind the beatboxer life. Okay, I've also just noticed quickly, I've noticed a couple of people are talking about Helsinki in the chat in Finland. We're going to be in Helsinki. That's going to be more later in the end of the trip. And we're going to have events. I'm going to be organizing an event here in Helsinki. So if you're in Finland, definitely come down to Helsinki. We'll keep the dates going. And there'll be a live stream about the Scandinavian countries in the weeks to come. So stay tuned for that, my brothers. So yeah, we'll move on from Manchester. Manchester will be approximately on the 17th, 18th of July. And then we will be moving down towards, hopefully I'm in contact with the bro Zach from Ireland Beatbox, and we're looking maybe we will come to Dublin if we have the time. We'd love to come and see the Irish scenes and get to know you guys. But I also know that some of you guys in the Irish scene will be coming down to the Vision Beatbox Battle, which is another thing. If we're coming through your city, maybe if we came through Scotland earlier, but you couldn't come and see us, come to the Vision Beatbox Battle, because we're going to be there. We can make some things happen. You can share some ideas. We can make them happen there. But yeah, so after Dublin, it will be 2 days later. On the 21st, we'll be in Birmingham. And then on the 22nd, we will have the Vision Beatbox Battle. And also, if we can, again, get that dropped in the chat, if we can get the handle for the Vision Beatbox Battles, Instagram, or maybe the 555, we get the link for the 555 in the chat, so you can find out more information about that battle. And that's going to be a nice section of our trip when we have a lot of beatboxers in one place. It's going to be a hectic time for us because, again, we're only going to be there. We'll be there the day after as well. So if we don't catch you on the event day, we can do some things after the event as well.
Very true.
And we'll just power through. We're now at that will be the 23rd of July. So we've got 7 days left of July. And then we will be heading towards the World Champs in Berlin, which is another exciting thing to talk about in the future. But yeah, we will leave Birmingham, where I've been in contact with a couple of people and organisers from Cardiff in Wales. So that will be also a nice thing. We've got a couple of crazy young beatboxers down in Wales doing some madness. So we'd love to get the insight of these young cats who are just starting to beatbox, and then all of a sudden in 5 months,
boom,
they're pretty much on par with your world-class beatboxers who've been beatboxing for 10 years now. And they just need to build up that stage experience. Yeah, so Wales and Cardiff. Got a couple more people too. I've been in contact with Mr. Formula. Possibly we can do something with him. Need to talk to Grey Cloud and A-Camp. Maybe we can see them. And then, then this will be the track on the way towards London. Possibly going to see the brother D-Lo if he's got some time. I know the man's got a busy schedule. He's doing a lot of things. He will actually be in Austria or somewhere doing, pardon me if I don't know the right thing, but it's the beatbox. I can't even remember what it's actually called, but it's an event where it's purely beatbox. It's all beatbox. There's no battle. It's just like sort of like an open mic event where,
nice.
So they will be out there if you're from. Sorry, I don't know have the names or anything of that right now. I'm just spouting off some things.
It's some kind of beatbox festival, isn't it, down in Graz?
Yeah. It's a festival where it's like an open jam, but it's an organized schedule. It's like a festival for beatbox where all the beatboxers just get a 10-minute slot or something. There's some tag team, there's some things. So that's an interesting thing to go to if you're in Austria. But then, okay, we will come down. They'll be on the 26th of July. Then towards the 28th, we're looking to spend some time in London with our friends Beatbox, Kimmy. We're hoping we haven't even touched on this at all just yet. Now I've just realised, but possibly up when we're in Birmingham too, we're going to link up with the Beatbox Collective, likes of Hobbit, Basics, and Ball Z. Ball Z is hopefully going to be in the country at that time too, so that will be a great insight from a legend of the game that we can share with you guys, so he can give you some tips of how to take your beatboxing to the next level and do things other than beatboxing with it. But yeah, so we'll be in London, and ABH, the brother ABH, he's also set up. I can't remember the name of BV. You could remind me of the name of ABH's battle that he hosted not long ago.
New Urban Era was the one that New Urban Era battle was the one that ABH did. It was up towards like Tamworth way. But yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting even in that regard to have a chat with ABH because he's been in the theater space for a long time now. He's been, touring, doing all those kind of things, been doing really well, multiple different shows. So it'll be good to get that insight as well because, ABH has battled for so many years and, you see him take this kind of sharp left turn towards the business side and towards the performance elements, which I think is a brilliant path to take. I think it's probably the best path to take. You can always battle, but you can't always, build a career. So it's always good to be on that and learn from those kind of people, which I think this will help provide an extra bit of knowledge for. And surrounding that time as well, we are hoping. So we have World Champs coming up around that same period, right? This is just before World Champs. So there will be a time and a place and a moment where I will have Hershey and Inertia coming over to mine from Vocal Total, and we'll be training them up, or I'll be training them up for, a good 8 days up until World Championships. And there'll be hopefully some footage of that and podcasts and all those crazy bits. And you can kind of see the process of how people get ready for a World Championship event, which I think is some kind of invaluable information. And then, there's going to be some exciting things surrounding that. And, it's me, Hershey, and Inertia probably will have some potential crazy, mad, high-energy footage in there. But yeah, so other than that, I'll let Alex take the reins and just kind of describe a little bit more into that kind of period.
Just touching base on what you said, some crazy footage. I did see someone in the chat say that you make a good sandwich, so maybe there could be a cooking show with you, Chelsea, and Rome at some stage. That'd be great, I think. Maybe a sandwich competition.
Hey, bro, I'll make some crazy sandwich. I'll cook anything. You watch. Throw me a recipe.
I'm staying at your house, bro, so I'm gonna hold you to this. I want some nice food from you, bro.
That's fine by me.
Yeah, just that like Steve said, that timeline might move slightly. There's some legitimate dates that'll just gonna be, we have to be there at this time. And when we start releasing dates, we'll release a schedule within the next month or so. Those dates will be there, and you kind of have to make it to us. It's going to be a bit harder for us to, make it to you. But what we're doing on this trip as well is we're going to be out and about. We're going to be busking during the day. So everyone that needs to, anyone that's interested to come and see us, come and join us. If you want to come hang out with us for the day, you want to be on the vlog, or you want to be on camera with us when we're out, just hit us up. Start talking to us now. We're going to be out, like I said, busking every day. We're going to be looking for open mics when we're out there. We want kind of like a vibe going around as we bump around these cities, and we're open invitation to all you people watching to come join us. Like that's part of the trip as well. Me and Steve, we've made a bet, not a bet, sort of like an agreement that we're going to be running every day. So we're going to be out on the road on the pavement running. Come join us. We're going to be doing yoga. We're going to be doing breath work and meditation. These are all things that we want the whole community to get amongst. And we're really promoting that healthy living, promoting yourself, getting yourself ahead. So all of these things intertwine. And basically that's where I come to is this fact is we want this to be like a family thing as we bump around these places. It's not just we're just jamming. We're not just going to these events. We want us to come join us as we make this almost pilgrimage around Europe. We want you to be part of that. Yeah, if anyone's got video ideas, just remember to follow us. If you haven't done already, you're watching the stream, you haven't followed at Tigerman, you haven't followed at Crooksu, you haven't followed at Bass Ventura, do that now. Start talking to us. Like I'll reply to you tonight. It's all good. But yeah, that pretty much covers off my train of thought when it comes to these things. But yeah, Steve, you got anything else I didn't cover off?
Yeah, I just want to quickly bounce to the chat because I'm just seeing here. There's a couple dudes here from Finland talking about beatboxing a bar near Campi. And bro, hit us up, hit me up, guys. I'm in Helsinki. I want to meet you guys. I want to jam with you guys. Let me know where you're at. CRKZU on Instagram, Crookzu on Instagram. Hit me up. I want to talk to you guys. I want to meet up. I want to beatbox with you guys. We can do some things. But yeah, on that, just to bounce back to what Alex just said, we're just here. We just want to live good lives, We want to have a good time. We want to feel good, and that's by incorporating things like eating good with BV with a nice sandwich. Don't eat too much bread though. Make sure you're getting your vegetables. Make sure you get your meat. Doesn't matter if you're a full-on vegan, get those vegetables in you. But if you're a carnivore, get that meat in you.
You're getting a potato sandwich now.
Oh, bro. I tell you right now, potatoes are some of the greatest recipes that have ever happened to this earth. So it depends on how the potatoes go. Maybe I can make the potatoes, and then you can make the structure of the sandwich. You can put it together with whatever else you got in your fridge.
Hey, it all depends. Sandwiches, burgers, wraps, stir fries, curries, soups. We'll have a look and see what we can make. But yeah, I mean, this is another part that's probably going to be ingrained in my episode. Is same thing here. Eating good is one of the things that myself and family don't mess around with. We grow all our own crops. We eat all our own veg. We know where it's come from. We're not buying like, I don't know, God knows what from the supermarkets and stuff. So that'll be another thing. I'll probably add in some 2 cents on what's a good way of growing this, what's good for your, like this kind of climate, yada, 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 especially for the UK Donnies, because you can see it live happening. Yeah, so yeah, there's gonna be like a wide spectrum of versatile content coming through all of those channels, and the most kind of exciting part of it is there's gonna be kind of like conversational formats. There's gonna be vlog style formats, which would be kind of like fast paced and we all love the vlog style stuff. If you've seen a Hershey vlog or you've seen any of the GBB vlogs, any of that kind of stuff, it's going to have similar kind of energy, shout outs, all that kind of stuff. If you guys want to try for your chance at getting a Swiss shout out, there is also the opportunities there. Make sure you bring your A game. That'll up those chances. And just everything like that. And if not, what's the worst that could happen? You have a new video for your YouTube channel, gets you that one step to be closer to being monetized. Then you can start earning the money, which is the main bit. So
yeah. And we can also do videos for loop station artists as well. We've got everything in place to do some really high quality loop station performances live, and I'm sure everyone that's willing to do videos also have some spots in mind, some locations where they want these videos done, whether that's on the hill behind your house or whether that's next to the train station with some bombing on the wall. We really want to get some good scenery as well when there. And if it's people, if there's people that know culture outside of beatboxing, it might be that underground D&B vibe. It might be like someone that is doing some street art or some bombing, or someone that's into street dancing, or someone that's got a crazy restaurant that they know about, or crazy places to eat, just let us know, because we also want to do that documentary style where we're getting to know your culture, your city. What does it mean to be from Birmingham? What does it mean to be from Manchester? What does it mean to be a Scot from Glasgow? These are the things that we want to understand as well. So I'd throw that out there. Don't hesitate. Like, that's the main thing. Don't be shy. Send us a message. We'll chat about it,
You know,
For
and
sure.
another good one will be, you know, get these guys to try some of the crazy foods in your area. You know, get them on the haggis, get them on I don't know, what do we have in the UK really? I feel like we just kind of steal everybody else's foods. Fish and chips. Get them a banging fish and chips. I don't know, anything like that.
Yeah.
Kind of negates the healthy eating, but it's cheat day whenever that day is. So it should
Yeah,
be
Well, there's
good.
also
yeah.
another thing from the UK that I've heard about too. Is my boss is from the UK as well. He's living here in Helsinki. He's from the UK, and he said when I mentioned Birmingham, he said you have to get a curry in Birmingham. I think that might be the place that created the butter chicken or something. And the UK version of tikka masala. They got the UK
Yeah,
curries out there, and they're mad curries. Also, UK's
different.
got pies. The pies are different to what we know in New Zealand. But I'm missing pies a little bit over here in Helsinki. They don't have pies out here. It's a bit different. They got the karilanpiiraka and
UK
all this
pies are
different things.
different, especially when you come up
They're
north.
on though. They are on.
The
UK
more
pies
you
are
come up
on.
north, the better they get. Wartime meals.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But
Awesome. So
Talking about,
I was
you
going to
know,
add to something just
also
before.
my Go ahead, Steve.
No, I've forgotten. You go, fella.
Oh no, I cut him off. I was also going to say, any of the Scottish lads that are watching, because I've got my parents Scottish immigrants, so I need to know where that full Scottish breakfast is. I need that spot, you know, that spot that everyone goes to. You know,
I
the
got
black
some
pudding,
spots
the
to take you
haggis,
to as well,
the
brother.
tatty scones. Okay,
Yeah, for those of you who don't know,
got me hungry.
I am Scottish. Like I'm from New Zealand. I've been in New Zealand most of my life, but I'm 50% Scottish. I have a UK passport, and that's definitely one of the reasons I've been to Scotland. I judged the Scottish champs in 2018, I think it was,
mm,
and they're doing some nice things out there. Got bro undefined. He's the reigning dictator, the champion. He's like the three-time champ, old undefined. So big shout out to the Scottish brothers. I've got some place.
Hey,
I've been around
Steve.
Scotland. I've been to many of these places. There's some. I can definitely get you a mean Scottish breakfast, my brother. A full Scottish brother.
Oh, I love it. Hey, just wondering, does that qualify you for the Scottish champs, bro?
I can 100% enter the Scottish champs if I wanted to, but one thing I do think
The
is
double champ. That sounds
it would
nice, bro.
it could be nice. Could be something I'm looking to achieve in the future. But I think for me, it wouldn't make much sense if I just went there to enter. And yeah, I want to be living in Scotland to
you
properly
could do
qualify
UK
myself
champs
for
as
this
well.
level. I could, yeah. It could be something I could
Come
look
to
into in
UK.
the future.
Let's try to see if we can get a battle in together. That'd be so good.
Yeah, right. That'd be mad. Maybe we can do a
That'd be
tag
so
team or
fun.
something. Make something happen as well.
That's a vibe.
That would be mad. Yeah, we
That's
got
a
a
vibe.
vibe going, bro. So we could get
Yeah.
something happening there.
Well, we'll start planning when you're
Too
with me.
easy.
It'll be like
Yeah, for sure.
a whole year's prep. From
Yeah.
when you come here this year till next year when we do a tag team. That'd be joke.
UK champs, isn't it?
In it.
So we
Dope.
smashing it.
So is there anything else to add over everything we discussed? We can go over it just once more
Yeah.
on the dates, just quick fire through them so people know if there's anyone new who's come in. And yeah,
Yes.
I'm
I
fine with
think
that.
while you're getting those up, Steve, I would say event organizers from different countries. You can see that we've got BV here. He's like our UK rep. He's the man who's representing UK right now. We're going to be having more live streams, more live streams about the next stages of the trip. So if you're a rep from France, for example, you can speak good English with us. We'll get you on the live stream to talk about France or Germany or Portugal or wherever we're going, you know. And I think touching base on those forms again, those people that have entered from, say, India, Armenia as a country that we couldn't get to. There's a few countries that have applied. Don't worry. You know, this is the first season. We've got 3 months to get around a lot of Europe. This is going to be an ongoing thing, 2024, 2025. We'll be going around the whole world, bringing cameras and probably putting you on Swissbeatbox. So be patient, keep in contact with us, follow what we're doing, and yeah, you'll be next.
Yeah, you've actually just jogged my memory too, brother. I was going to say something before and I completely forgot what it was, but it was about event organizers. So say maybe you're not even a beatboxer, but you like the idea of what we're doing here, going around and making things happen with certain communities. That's actually how Alex and I began on this journey. We're both just avid beatboxers who like to do it. We like to jam out. We like to make people just have a good time, you know, when you beatbox in a party or something, or just out with your friends and you're just jamming. And Alex and I were jamming together, and then we started really leveling up the New Zealand beatbox champs to make it look really professional. Get a good, this we were talking about Alex before, with his video experience and production. So we made that all happen. Then we moved up to being, we made the Oceania Beatbox Champs, which again we've talked about earlier, but will be up on Swissbeatbox soon. So you'll see a little bit of this new thing we want to bring to things, and we also want to see how you guys are doing it. So if you're not a beatboxer, you're a community organizer, please hit us up. We want to hear your insight, because a lot of the time, yeah, there is all these beatboxers, but a lot of the time it's not even a beatboxer who's actually making all these battles happen. You know, without these people who are just giving their love and time and to volunteer to a scene, because that's also a way, that's something we need to touch on too, because a lot of people are just looking to get paid, but sometimes you have to, it just makes sense to do some volunteer work in your beatbox community in order to grow that rapport for yourself, in order to get you, like Alex and I will be elaborating throughout this tour on the vlogs and trips and whatever about how we actually got into this situation, and how you can possibly also join us on our next trip. We can get funding from different places around the world, different countries, different businesses, different corporations that can help us make our vision happen. And maybe you have a connection to somebody that will be a valuable person that we can make happen. Maybe you can come along with us. You can be hosting a vlog. You can be with us. We can be ideally, we want to have a crew of us in the future, a crew of good mates.
Videographers and editors.
Maybe BV will be with us when we're traveling through Southeast Asia. Maybe.
Oh, I'd be down for that.
We never know who's going to be with us. So we're going to see what we can do. But yeah, if you're not even a beatboxer, you just have that love for the scene, and you love seeing people, just because when you organize an event, that's something very special. You see the looks on people's faces, how much of a great time they had, and without any of them, it wouldn't be what it is either. So that community vibe, making the communities grow and bringing them together, is exactly what we're doing here, traveling around Europe to bring people together that maybe wouldn't usually jam together. I know here in Helsinki, I've been pulling a lot of people together to come and beatbox together when they wouldn't usually beatbox together. It's the different social structures in different places. Maybe you're not so inclined to go and beatbox with the people in your local town, or even reach out to them for that fact. So we want to bring people together and let you know that, look, it's just around the corner from your house. Maybe it's 2-hour drive away on a bus, but you can do that. And then in a weekend, hanging out with somebody 2 hours away, you can make some crazy things. You can make a lot of content, and or you can just grow and practice and train with somebody, because when you're beatboxing with somebody, you grow a lot more quickly than you would if you were just beatboxing by yourself on YouTube.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very
with that,
true.
if you guys have anything else to say, I can quickly run through the dates that we've
go for it, man.
previously run through, in case there's some people who have joined who didn't hear us earlier. If you have anything you want to say before I begin then. BV, good. Alex,
I'm all good, mate.
So we'll just run through quickly. So we're looking to be around the 10th of July. We're looking to be in Scotland, where we're likely going to spend most of our time in Glasgow, and then we will be heading down to Edinburgh, and then we will be heading to Liverpool and Manchester. Possibly can be bouncing. BV saying we might be bouncing between these places around there, the 17th and the 18th of July, and then. So quick shout out to Vocal Total. We hadn't messaged this. We were hoping to get to Vocal Total, which will be on the 18th to the 22nd of July in Graz, I think, in Austria. And we were wanting to go to there, but if we did that, it would have cut out, say, the Irish scene. It would have cut out the Birmingham battle, the Vision Beatbox battle, and then it would have cut out Cardiff as well, and then we would have just come back to go to London. So we had to sacrifice that part of our plan in order to really get the most out of the UK scene. But yeah, then we'll go down 19th of July, we'll go down to Dublin, or across to Dublin. Then we'll go to Birmingham for on the 22nd, we'll have the Vision Beatbox battle in Birmingham. Then we'll be heading down to Cardiff after Birmingham to go and see the bros out, see our Welsh bros, see the Welsh community, see what's happening out there on the 24th of July. Then maybe we'll be there on the 25th as well. Hopefully see D-Lo on the 26th. That'll be an interesting, insightful episode for you guys. And then go down to London to catch all the buskers and the street performers and the people that there's a lot going on in London. So we want to give you an insight into what London is, a little the bigger idea of what is happening in London, and possibly because of this, we might stay there a couple more days in London before we head off to the World Champs, which will be the topic for a later live stream. So on that, my brothers, do you guys have anything to add to these dates I have just mentioned?
All is well. I mean, the only thing I would add is if you are from local to me, Liverpool or Manchester, do send a message through, because I know there is a few people who are maybe haven't really reached out or haven't even seen a I haven't really like been very integrated into the community and stuff. This is the chance to do that. I'm gonna have a look and try and find some spots. I do want us to all kind of get to a place where we can perform, potentially get the desk audio, have that become, you could do live shout outs potentially if we wire it up correctly, where you can be live on stage, you can get crowd reactions, you can have all that kind of stuff. Hear yourself through for maybe the first time on a huge sound system or a PA system or whatever it may be. So it's important to have a look around that. But for the most part, if you're close to me or so, you might be able to join us within some of the content creation that goes on around my place. Those kind of things, just contact me and we'll have a look there. I think I'm going to get some people up from the Cotswolds and down from other places as well. They'll probably come up and stay with us, depending on how many I need to sleep, because it's going to be mental. But we'll work it out. This is why airbeds were invented. But yes, I think that'd be fun.
Beautiful. That's awesome stuff, guys. It was great to talk to all you guys, and hopefully you get in contact with us once again at Tiger Main, at Crooksu. It's in the description, at Base Ventura. Get a hold of us. We're looking forward to seeing you. Very, very, very excited. And if there's anyone that knows anyone in Vietnam while I'm traveling around on my motorbike in Vietnam, that's a beatboxer, let me know. I want to hit them up and have a yarn with them. Maybe they can show me some local spots, get some pho, or maybe some banh mi, some of that good stuff over here. I'm a gluttonous pig, as you can tell. I just love to fucking eat. So basically, I want to hang out with some beatboxers from Vietnam as well. So if you knew, chuck it in the chat or send me something on Instagram so I can follow up. But yet again, it's always a pleasure. It's BV, Steve, the brothers. Until next time, my friends.
See you guys soon. Chat.
Yeah.
Stay true, stay you, keep doing your thing, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, guys, hit us up on Instagram. We wanna, and like we just wanna reinforce the fact that this trip is based around the communications we have with you guys. So if you don't message us, we likely won't be coming to your hometown. So please message us and start making that communication early so we can get it locked into our plan and we can make for sure that we're going to come to your place. So
and definitely
fill in the form.
Yep. Get that done. Yeah, fill in the forms, get them all sorted. Come and check out a couple of the BVTV live streams. We'll be talking more detail in there. We do some crazy wild stuff. So yeah, whole new stream coming out now. And if you're interested in any of the things surrounding that, much merchandise and nice things coming, shiny bits, stage gear, the whole lot, the vibes. Gang, thank you for coming in. It's been an absolute pleasure, and thank you for listening to us go on and on about our plans. Hopefully you're a little bit inspired to come and meet with us and have some fun. We will see you on the next live stream.
Peace and love, everyone.
Let's